Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just another update. I come across some information here for Apple and wanted to share it. So just did a video about them, I believe yesterday. But I got some more info on them here. But as you can see, they're up about 4% in the past year, and that's even with it down. It was at 170 a while back. Over the past 3 months, they're up about 6%. Here in the past month, down about 6.6%. Here in the past week, down 3.9%. And look at today. So it looks like they had a little bit of a run-up and then a drop-off. So if you don't know much about Apple, feel free to pause and go over that. Founded in 1976 with a $2.43 trillion market cap. High today of $154.69, low of $149.95, 52-week high of $182.94, and a low of $129.04. Small dividend on this one, at least it has one, better than nothing, but you'd have to have a lot of shares to be able to get a new one, even over the course of a year, because it's just such a small dividend, but you get the growth out of this one whenever that starts to go back and whenever the market decides to correct, but could be a while. But average volume on this one of 103 million, and volume here today of 49.78 million, about half of that. So ratings on this one at 78% buy, so can't really beat that. This is always a long-term hold for me. So you see there they beat pretty much every time. Those two were pretty much right on, but otherwise they beat on earnings. Don't have these shares here anymore, but you can kind of see the dividends. I think these were partial shares, so and you see a lot of everything else is in the red as well. So just did a video on Google. It's down even more today, so didn't know if it'd get below $100, and it did, and it's still going down. Golden Cross appears before Apple investors. This is dated today here on the 27th. In history, if history is any guide, there will be good fortune ahead for shares of Apple. That's why I hold it, and that's why it's a long-term hold. So a so-called Golden Cross has formed on its chart, and not surprisingly, this could be bullish for the stock. So many traders use moving average crossover systems to make their decision. When a short-term average price crosses above the longer-term average price, it could mean that the stock is trending higher. If the short-term average price crosses below the long-term average price, it means the trend is lower. So, very interesting paragraph there. 50-day and 200 simple moving averages are commonly used. The Golden Cross occurs when the 50-day crosses above the 200. This could mean the long-term trend is changing. And so, which is trading at $153.03 at the publication time. Oprah waves goodbye to Apple TV Plus. Is it a big loss for the streamer? You can leave your comments whether you're an Oprah fan or not. So I thought she retired, but don't really follow her. Apple is ending a content partnership with Oprah. Outside of the Winfrey collaboration, Apple has been signing deals with big names and sports leagues. Technology giant is ending a content deal with the talk show host and producer Oprah Winfrey. Even though the Winfrey is one of the most respected names in entertainment, news might not be a major blow to the Cupertino, California-based company streaming service Apple TV. Apple and Winfrey's multi-year content deal began in 2018. The deal saw Winfrey and Apple collaborate on several projects that aired on Apple TV, including the documentary Sydney about the late actor Sidney Poitier, as well as Oprah's book club. The Winfrey deal on Apple is non-exclusive, which allowed her to continue making content for her own network, a joint venture between Winfrey's Harpo Studios and Warner Brothers. Speaking of Warner Brothers, I got some shares of this one just because I have AT&T. If you have AT&T, you might want to check that as well. Pretty sure that's the one that they gave on the deal, but it's been cut in half. Wish I would have sold those right after I got them, and Paramount Global, haven't ever looked at that one. That one's down as well, which aired her interviews with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So they were supposed to release the documentary on record, but the film was pulled once the notice of an explanation, which could have potentially caused some friction between the streaming company and the entertainment mogul. So here's some other. Apple has had plenty of success without Winfrey, including some of these deals: Major League Baseball, front runner status along with Amazon, Ted Lasso, don't hear too many people talking about that one. Severance, haven't watched that one either. Multi-year deal with Tom Hanks, streaming rights to Martin Scorsese, Harrison Ford, first ever television series. So got quite a few other options out there. Is Apple stock a safe haven for tech investors? So I feel it's one of the safe haven stocks. So is AT&T, although it's down. Intel, I've kind of looked at a safe haven. Coca-Cola, just some of the ones that don't move much, but you still get a dividend on them. But I've often thought that this myself in regards to Apple. So, and as you can see, this is dated here today. But Apple has held up well relative to the rest of the big tech this year. Munster doesn't expect the trend to break down anytime soon. Munster referred to Apple as a safe haven for tech investors on Tuesday in Squawk Box. Given current market conditions, investors should turn to the strongest company in the market, which is Apple. And that's how I've kind of looked at it as well a time or two. But again, I don't give tactical or trading advice, just stating my opinion. So the broader NASDAQ is down 31% year to date. Apple is down 17%. Some people say that that's a reason for the pullback. However, the Loop analyst views Apple's relative strength as a positive sign on what's to come. Noted that Apple is down as much as the overall market because Apple is fundamentally in a good place with its products. So over here on Microsoft Bing, currently shown as a buy with an upside to 185. So still some room to grow. It was about there at one point, and then it kind of pulled back. So 1 month ago, 180, a good move. So it must be an option. Probably a call is maybe what the C means. Biggest short, why Apple is an overvalued company and declined. Not much there. Over here on StockTwits, currently at 151.15 with a low of 129.04, high of 182.94. Shorting Apple. Sure, he has some push, but each dollar lost in Apple, more than $1 lost somewhere else. Let's go Bulls. Massive sell-off before meeting tomorrow. Haven't even turned red yet. We go much higher when they do. Gotta love Eddie Murphy. Free of June lows. Not much other in there. Over here on MSN Money, currently at 151.30 with a buy rating and an upside to 182.20. So that's all that I have on Apple. I just wanted to point out this article. if you have a safe haven, you can list that in the comments what your safe haven stock is, and maybe I'll take a look at it and do a video on that one as well. But this is the article that made me do the video, since I just already talked about them recently, but they always have some good information out there, so I always like to cover Apple. It's definitely a long-term hold. But that's all that I have on Apple. If you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.